Hey, it's Tuxedo Mark. It's 2:42 p.m. on Sunday, April 25th, 2021. Hey, Juan. Thanks for showing up. Okay, so this is my review of the new Mortal Kombat film. I just decided to watch it this morning, and I enjoyed it. It was a fun film. It's not it's not too long. It's like an hour and 50 minutes and 1 second. So yeah, it was easy to watch. And oh, hi, Nifty Bat. Yeah, this is my review of the new Mortal Kombat film. I watched it today, and I'm just gonna share my thoughts about it. Hey, account two. All right, so uh, I am a longtime fan of the Mortal Kombat franchise, and I saw the original 1995 film. Not in the theater. I rented it on VHS. Um, And then let's see, I saw Annihilation. It wasn't as good. I saw The Journey Begins, which is like an animated companion, kind of sort of, to the original film. And I have the 1994 album, not the movie soundtrack, but like the album that was made where each character got a song. Um, so and I've played the various games in the series on and off through the years. So I was looking forward to this film. I love the '95 film. This one is different, obviously. It's a bit more grounded, and it takes itself more seriously. It's not like too cheesy. I mean, there are some funny one-liners in it, but it mostly takes itself more seriously. And it's set up at the beginning as the feud between Scorpion and Sub Zero. So we open with like a scene in Japan in the 1600s, and we see the beginning of that feud, and then it skips forward to present day, and we're introduced to a new character named Cole. Let me see. His name is Cole Young. He's not from the games. He was created for this movie, and the purpose of that is to. He's basically the audience. He's learning all of this stuff alongside us. So there's that, and he's an okay character. I like him. Um, he's got a wife and daughter. I like the daughter. She's pretty good. Um, there's also and as basically Sub Zero is coming after like all of Earth's potential participants in the Mortal Kombat tournament. And who's a potential participant? It's someone that's branded like it's like not a birthmark. It's something that they've had since birth. Basically, it's like the Mortal Kombat dragon symbol that they've got somewhere on their body, and Cole has it. And so Sub Zero's coming after him. Jax, who first goes to see Cole as he's fighting in a mixed martial arts tournament because that's what Cole does. He fights for like cheap wages in mixed martial arts. So Jax sees him first. They talk a bit. Then later on, Jax rescues Cole and his family from Sub Zero. He tells him to get to Sonya and gives him her address. And then Jax goes to try to fight Sub Zero on his own. And big mistake. Spoilers if you haven't seen the movie already, but that's how Jax loses his arms. Um, so Cole drops his wife and daughter off at home and then goes to meet with Sonya. And Sonya lives in like this really crappy like mobile home or trailer or something like that. She claims that she's lived in it her whole life, and apparently she doesn't have much money. But she's been gathering information about the various realms and about the Mortal Kombat tournament. She doesn't have the dragon emblem on her body, so she's not one of the chosen warriors. Um, but she's trying to gather as much info as possible. And so she's talking with Cole about it, and she has Kano like as a prisoner in um, in her house. Now, Kano, she had captured after he had apparently defeated one of the potential Earthrealm champions and killed him, and that's how Kano got the mark on him. Basically, if you want to be in the tournament, you have to kill someone that has the mark on him. I think this was an idea created for the movie. I don't think it's in the games. Um, anyway, so Kano knows where the Shaolin Temple of Light is, and Sonya wants the information from him. So she offers him like $2 million. He denies that she has it. Turns out that he's right, but that doesn't matter. He ups it to 3 million, and basically Kano, Sonya, and Cole are on their way. They have to like jump off an airplane and then walk, but then Liu Kang comes and meets up with them and takes them to the temple. Uh okay, so all right. So Kano's basically the most fun um, character in this movie. And yes, he does have an Australian accent, just like the actor from the original '95 film. So that's a character trait that they've kept for Kano. He's so entertaining and fun to watch. And I love the banter between him and Sonya. All right, so Liu Kang brings them to the temple. They meet with Raiden. Raiden is upset because Cole's like a washed up fighter. Sonya doesn't even have the mark on her. And Kano's just, it's just Kano. Luke, he tries fighting against Liu Kang. Liu Kang repeatedly keeps knocking him to the ground. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, we get some scenes in Outworld with Shang Tsung and all of them, and um, even though this is like mostly built around the Scorpion versus Sub Zero feud, and we do see Sub Zero in the present day, it takes quite a while into the film before we see Scorpion in the present day. Um, Basically, he went down to hell or the Nether realm or whatever and learned to manipulate fire, and he's come back to get his revenge on Sub Zero. Um, because Sub Zero had killed his wife and son. Raiden had saved his daughter, and it was through her line that that Cole is a descendant. So that's why Cole has the mark on him, and that's why he is to participate in the tournament. Raiden actually sends Cole home at one point because Cole is doing that well in the training. But then Goro goes to Cole's house, and Cole has to fight Goro, and his wife even helps out a little bit. She takes an axe and like lodges it in Goro's back or something like that. Um, anyway, Cole gets his new powers because apparently all the chosen fighters get superpowers. Uh, Kano got his eye beam after he was made to get really angry, and he loves his little red laser eye beam. Cole gets like some kind of armor or something and fire. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Um, anyway, so then Raiden opens up the gateway back to the Temple of Light, and Cole goes back there. But then later on, Sub Zero comes and ices his wife and daughter, and then comes and taunts him about it. So he wants to get Cole into a one-on-one fight, but then Scorpion shows up, and it's like a three-way fight. And then when Scorpion tells Cole, leave him to me, and Cole goes to try and free his wife and daughter from the ice, and Scorpion helps out with that, melting off the ice with his fire. So the wife and daughter are okay. Um, Jax. He was brought to a temple, and the monks were the ones that gave him his new metallic arms. And I thought it was kind of a weird choice that the monks would be the ones to do that. But and they're very like just skeletal. They're not like the full bionic arms that you see in the games. That comes later. The arms apparently morph and become more like muscular, so to speak, later on. Um, so we get the Scorpion versus Sub-Zero fight. We get Cole against Melina. Melina had previously gone up against Sonya, and then Cole was against Melina. Kano goes to Sonya's house looking for her. Sonya surprises him, and there's a brutal fight inside Sonya's house and then outside. And she does win, and she does kill him, and it's kind of ridiculous how it happens. So, but then she gets the mark on her body. So she will participate in the tournament. Now, we don't see the Mortal Kombat tournament itself in this film. That will have to wait until the sequel, which apparently there are rumors that it's already like happening. So, but anyway, um, so Cole is in a fight with Melina. Sonya shows up. Cole's having a difficult time and tells Sonya to help him, and Sonya does her rings thing. She already has that figured out, and she puts a hole like right in Melina's chest and kills her. I believe Goro has his arms chopped off. I think it was Cole that chops off Goro's arms, and yeah, Goro's dead. I'm trying to remember. Kung Lao shows up. He's like Liu Kang's cousin or whatever. He has this cool razor hat, and it's pretty awesome. But then Kung Lao is eventually killed as well. Trying to remember who all was in here. Kano trapped Sony under rubble, but then when Jax is Arcana, the Arcana is the special ability that awakens. It allows him to rescue Sonya. Kung Lao kills a character named Nitara with his hat. That is very brutal. It like slices through her like some kind of saw blade or something. It's so bloody. This film is really bloody. So okay, so basically, Shang Tsung vows revenge against his dead champions. Raiden sends him back to Outworld. Um, Raiden's creating a new list of warriors in preparation for our next tournament, and he assigns his champions to recruit them. So the last shot that we see in the film is Cole quits his crappy mixed martial arts career, so to speak, and heads out to Hollywood to recruit Johnny Cage. So, because Johnny Cage is the only playable character from the first game that isn't in this movie, they're saving him for the next one. Um, so let's see. Okay, the music. Overall, I enjoy the music. They try to hint at the classic movie theme, which originally actually originated on the '94 album based on the game. The song is called Techno Syndrome Mortal Kombat, and they kind of hint at it throughout the film and play it during the end credits, but it's not the original version. It's like an updated version, and personally, I don't think it's as good. But I can understand why they didn't use the original, primarily because it mentions Johnny Cage, and obviously he's not in this movie. Um, now, one um, what was I gonna say? Oh, I know like only one actor that was in this movie, and that's Mekhi Brooks, who plays Jax. I know him as James Olsen from Supergirl. But he's like the only actor that I knew in this film. Everyone else is new to me. But yeah, the movie is streaming on HBO Max until like the end of May, somewhere around the end of May, I think. So if you want to check it out, just and you have HBO Max, go ahead. It's on there. Um, I'd say overall it's a good film. It might not be as overly entertaining as the original '95 film, but it's still pretty enjoyable. And since Sony is my favorite character from the first game, I think that this movie has my favorite version of Sonya. Jessica McNamee does a really good job with her. Apparently, she's Australian, I think, probably. Yeah. Um, Along with Joshua Lawson, who played Kano. So this movie was filmed in Australia, I believe. So that's probably the reason for some of the casting. Laura Brent, who plays Cole's daughter Alison, is also Australian. Um, Damon Harriman, who does the voice of Cabal, is also Australian, as well as Angus Sampson, who did the voice of Goro. So, yeah. Um, anyway, Raiden has some funny one-liners, I think, in this movie. Not quite as funny as Christopher Lambert in the original, but everyone's got some good lines. But I think overall, Kano and Sony are the best as far as entertainment. um, but yeah, I recommend the movie. And probably tomorrow, I'm going to watch Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge, the direct-to-video movie, which I have. I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet. And once I watch it, I'll probably do a review of that as well. So you can look forward to that tomorrow. Um, anyway, so yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to share my thoughts on film. And it's 3:02 p.m. and that's it. Thanks for watching.